Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and this is episode 568, and we're here live in Southwest Florida. The birds sound so beautiful. We're in my backyard. I have several plant updates to show you this morning. Very excited about that. New patterns to show you, sneak peeks of other things, and a sale to share with you. So, lots to talk about. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting. Let me know if you made anything over the weekend. Hi, Naomi. Thanks for joining live. Happy Monday, everybody. I'll wait a minute for people to pop over. Hi, Barbara and Julie. Oh, names went so fast. Hi, Julie, Jill, and Thea, Lily, Lisa. Hi, Thea and Christine. Oh my gosh, names went so fast again. Hi, Joe and Judy and Lisa. Thanks for joining live, everybody. The names flew by. I couldn't get to all of them today. Hi, Christine and Melanie. Melanie's made 13 items in 2 weeks and she's still working. Good for you. Sounds like a great coping mechanism. Hi, Constance and Melissa and Sylvia and Diane and the names that I missed. I'm sorry. Hi, baby Bjorn. Baby Bjorn, you want to come say hi? There's Sean. Hi. Hi, Grace. Good morning. Baby Bjorn wants to come say hi for a minute. Maybe. Hi, Shell Bell. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Becker's here too, but he's just relaxing. Hi, Naomi. So happy you all could be here. Hi, Carrie and Joe. Good morning. Hopefully you can hear the birds. There's several different types of birds. You can hear multiple songs going on. It's so pretty. Thanks, Christine. I pulled up this part from the front of my ears and put a little ponytail up there. The rest of my hair is down and I still have my bangs. I love my bangs. I actually think I'm going to keep them. I feel like I look younger with bangs, and I don't know. And as I approach my 50s, anything that makes me feel a little bit younger feels good. Not quite there. Only 47, but still. Uh-oh, what's in the yard? Bjorn's watching something very closely. Hopefully it's nothing too dangerous because we're headed out there in a minute. I don't know. What is it? Hopefully it's... Hold on. Let me go see what's in the... What is it, buddy? Oh, it's a lizard. Okay. Thought maybe it was a big scary snake or something. It's just a lizard because we're about to go out there because I have some flower updates to share with you. So first of all, something I've never seen before, and you'll have to let me know, anybody that's an expert at orchids, you're going to have to let me know if you've ever heard of this before. So let's get it closer. This particular orchid right here, this blossom right here has been there for somewhere between 3 and 4 months now, okay? I've never seen a flower last that long on an orchid in the first place. But while that flower is still there and hasn't fallen off yet, it grew 2 new buds, this one and this one. So we now have 2 brand new flowers and 1 4-month-old flower on the plant at the same time. Has anybody ever heard of that before? I feel like that's like, and there's another sprout coming too. So there's another new growth right there as well. Has anybody heard of that before? I've never heard of that. I feel like that's like the miracle good omen orchid plant. I've never heard of old buds and new buds at the same time. So I think that's really exciting. Hi, Margaret. And this one has some new growth on it too. So we've got this whole shoot coming out and there's a flower bud there. All right. It is pretty common, Grace says. Okay, great. You know what? I've never had success. I've never had great success with orchids in the past, so this is all new to me. So, all right, good to know. This is the one that I'm gonna get a trellis for, because this is the one that will vine, and if I make a tall pole, it'll become a tall flowering plant, so I'm excited about that. No progress yet on my mint sprouts. I don't see any roots growing yet, but they will. Everything else is just doing fine. My lemons are getting a little bit taller. The kitties haven't eaten all the peppers yet, so that's good, but I have something really exciting to show you outside. Can anybody guess what I'm excited to show you outside? Oh, and somebody mentioned to me that reminded me of the proper name of that red vining flower. It's called a Mandevilla. Okay, look what we have. We have, oh, I can't tell if it's in the camera or not. There it is. We have blooming plumeria. Can you see those beautiful yellow flowers up there? I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. Hopefully they're in camera. This is like 10 feet above my head. I am so sorry. I am so sorry about that. As I reached way too far into the plant, some of the branches went in my face and I thought it was a snake. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for scaring anybody. I apologize for that. Ooh. No, it was just the branches, but they were right in my face. You know, that tree is so tall, and I was reaching so far beyond, like at my heart. You know, my tripod's 4 feet tall. I was holding the bottom feet of it and reaching up and extending myself so far forward and squinting in the sun and still couldn't see in the screen. So you know when you're focused so much on something so little, like, and then the branches popped out between my arms and then into my face, and I thought for sure something was coming to get me. I know. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare anybody. I really just wanted to show you the pretty yellow flowers. Did they show up on camera before I screamed at least? Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. I feel bad if I scared anybody, that's all. Good. Grace says the flowers did show up. I mean, those flowers are, I don't know, 10, 12 feet in the air, so it was pretty tough to get the camera up there. Bjorn, you come to give me some lovin'? I embarrassed myself on camera. He's like, that's nothing new. You give Mama some lovin'. I embarrassed myself in front of everybody. Carmen, I thought it was a snake too, for sure. I thought this big snake coming in my face. Anyway, we can move on now. So, couple of things. The Sweet Clara dress pattern was released on my website this weekend. You can see the free pattern page. You can also order a $1.99 PDF download of the pattern. It comes in lots of sizes. It comes with some amazing charts, including a yoke chart that shows you how to do all the shaping to get started on the top-down raglan. I also worked up some extra swatches in the pattern, and I worked them up in several yarns so that you could see what that stitch pattern would look like in the different weight yarns. So if you wanted to do it in Be So Fine or Be So Fine bling yarn, it would look like this. Oh, we could put them right on the dress. This one is a swatch in Be So Fine bling yarn. Then I did a swatch in Be So Sporty bling yarn, which is the same weight as the Be So Sporty yarn. Where are my pins? This one, this is Be So Sporty bling. I think bling would be amazing. Whoops. I think bling yarn would be amazing for this dress, especially for a formal occasion. Let me get this up there. And then I also worked it up in Be So Baby yarn because I figured people would also be asking me if it could be worked up in this yarn. So it can be worked up in this yarn. It's obviously going to be a little bit of a thicker fabric because it's a different weight yarn. So I wanted to show you these 3 different swatches, all worked. So this is a #1 fingering weight yarn, #2 sport weight yarn, and #3 DK weight yarn. And so as you can see, by working all 3 in the same suggested hook size, an H8 or a 5mm crochet hook, you can see that they have relatively the same size gauge. Certainly the row gauge is almost identical. The stitch gauge, the width, is almost identical. The row gauge is a little different, but it's a top-down project, so that's an easy one to adjust when you're working a top-down project. You stop when you like the length of it, right? So all of these yarns have different yardage. So if you go to the free pattern page on my website, there's a photo of all of these swatches along with photos of the dress, the charts, the written instructions, all of that stuff. There will be a video too, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I also tell you how many balls of yarn you would need if you wanted to do it in Be So Sporty, or Be So Sporty Bling, or Be So Fine, or Be So Fine Bling, or Be So Baby yarn. So if you wanted to make the Sweet Clara dress, but in any of those different yarns, I show you not only the yardage, but how many balls you would need for all of it. And I thought it was really interesting because I know a lot of people like yarn substitution. I thought it was really going to be interesting and well received to see how the different yarns look in the same stitch pattern and specifically in the same pattern, so you can make those choices for yourself depending on how thick or how thin or how sparkly or not sparkly you wanted your dress to be. So, and this would apply to making it as a top too, right? Because you could make the Sweet Clara dress this length and it becomes a top. So either way you decide to do it, you could do it in any of those yarns as well. Which brings me to another point. Yes, this is 1 strand each of each yarn. This is 1 strand of Be So Fine Bling yarn, 1 strand of Be So Sporty yarn, and 1 strand of Be So Baby yarn. And this is 1 strand. The dress itself is 1 strand of Be So Sporty yarn. Brings me to another point. Be So Fine Bling and Be So Sporty Bling yarn are both on sale this week, both $8 off, so you can get a ball of Be So Sporty Bling or Be So Fine Bling yarn for $31.99, which is bamboo yarn with a thread of pure silver plied right into it. I'll show you them up close again. So there's Be So Sporty Bling with the silver in it, and Be So Fine Bling with the silver in it. And those are both 20% off today, 20% off all week, and you don't need a coupon code. The sale price is already reduced, and the free shipping promotion still applies as well. So if your order is over $75 US or $150 international, free shipping automatically applies too. So no coupon codes, just easy peasy. So if you wanted to order any of those yarns, and Be So Baby yarn is still on sale for $3.99. Which brings me to the next 2 patterns I wanted to show you. This is a pattern that I worked on all weekend. Video is not quite done. Pattern and charts are done. Wait till you see how pretty this chart is. And working on the editing of it now. Look at this beautiful mandala motif that I turned into a bag. Isn't that spectacular? So it's 1 motif for each side of the bag, and then a gusset panel for the bottom and the sides, and then a super easy textured strap that has slip stitches on one side and chains on the other, so it absolutely will not stretch. Once you decide how long to make it, it will stay that size, and just a fabulous, fabulous size bag. It is lined, which means the bag won't stretch either. But I really wanted, hopefully you can see that amazing mandala pattern that I designed into the motif. It's done with post stitches. So very similar to working any other motif, but we combine some different types of post stitches to create that mandala or lotus flower shape. And then as we've worked it in the round, the last couple of rounds convert it into a square so that it can become a traditional bag shape. Really wonderful. Doesn't take that long to make. I made this one over the weekend. This is Be So Baby yarn in colorway Cobalt Blue, and the bag takes 4 balls of yarn, and I used less than a yard of fabric to line it. So that pattern should be available in the next day or two, and then hopefully a tutorial video after that. And then this pattern I did the photo shoot for this morning, which means it can move on to tech editing now. So I have the charts done, the pattern written and sized, photos done now. Now when these photos are edited, can add them to the pattern and then move on to tech editing. This is the fine Jillian Shrug, which uses the same stitch pattern in the body that we did in the Jillian Shrug from Layers Crochet, but I switched it to Be So Fine yarn and a different size crochet hook, and ended up creating a totally different shape because I wanted, the other one's a little more fitted, and this one I wanted to be looser, so it's almost like a combination of wings, a shawl, and a shrug and a cardigan. So by making the width much wider, and it gives this winged look, which I think is so feminine and florally and definitely springy. You could dress this up in the evening, or like I wear it here today. It could definitely be casual too, but can you imagine this over a strapless dress or a spaghetti strap dress for a wedding or a formal event, or wearing it like a jacket like I'm wearing it now during the day? You could dress this up so many different ways, especially choosing different yarns. This would be amazing in Be So Fine bling yarn as well. It does take 2 balls of yarn to make, so whether you made it in Be So Fine or Be So Fine bling, it's a 2-ball project. But as you can see, it's a very generous size piece. Cannot guarantee that the larger sizes are still 2 balls, most likely though. So don't let me, I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be 2 balls though. Yeah, the drape is amazing. And so to have this openness here and watch that drape as you move, it's really spectacular. It really is. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Did take some photos out in the yard before we started this morning. So hopefully you'll be able to see enough of it and want to make it yourself. And it has a different edging than the original one too. Sorry, I'm still out of breath. Thank you, Lisa. I love it. This one's going to be called the Fine Jillian Shrug. Thanks, Annette. I was just following a YouTube video that said to do it this way. It's just an experiment. When the stores open up again, if it doesn't work, then I will definitely just buy a mint plant like you suggest, but don't have one, and just trying to experiment with different things. And just trying to experiment with different things that I happen to have here. You know, I know we all are limited on supplies and options, so I'm just trying to be creative with what I have. And I did hear that this might work, but we'll see. If it doesn't, I will definitely plant a mint plant instead. Do I think that I'll have that up today? Well, Barbara, I'm guessing you either mean the shrug or the bag, and no, they're in tech editing now. These are just sneak peeks, but they will be out this week for sure. As early as tomorrow or as late as a couple days from now, but soon. Thanks, Gina. I'm glad you like the Facebook group. Yeah, we have a private Facebook group for the Create, Share, Inspire podcast. So anybody that loves this community that we have here, and everybody that chats here in the morning, can join this private group on Facebook if you're so inclined. And that's where we can share our projects. People like to share their projects they've made with my yarn or with my patterns, and, you know, get to chat and talk about those things. And just knowing that it's a private group where it's all like-minded, friendly, positive, creative people, it's a really nice place to feel welcome to share your photos. No one's mean in there. Everybody's super helpful and super sweet and supportive. It's a really nice group. And we're almost to 1,000 members. And when we do, I have a surprise for everybody, but you have to join and be over there to know. Does anybody have any other questions? Great questions this morning, guys. I still feel so bad about screaming at everybody. Yeah, Sherry, I saw your comment last night about adding sleeves to the Twilight Skies cardigan. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that on another podcast. Sure. Stacy wants to know if there's a summer pullover pattern that I recommend. Well, the Sweet Clara top for one in sport weight yarn, the mesh berry top. Oh, and did you mean knitting or crochet? Because I have lots. I've got lots of vests and pullovers in knitting and crochet. The Kimmy top is super cute in knitting. What else? The Tempesta top is really cute. That's really cute. It's got a 3-petal floral cutout. That one's really cute, and you could do it without sleeves. The most recent version I did of the Tempesta top was without sleeves. Yeah, so in knitting, the Tempesta top and the Kimmy top come to mind. I'm sure I have more, but that's the first things coming to mind. And then in crochet, Sweet Clara top. There's a bunch though. There's a bunch. How would you alter the Sweet Clara top to make it more cinched at the waist? The easiest way would be to add a belt. The yarn is so drapey that you could just add a belt or cinch it to create some shaping. It wouldn't add bulk to do that. It's so drapey and soft that that's no problem. If you really wanted to add shaping to it, the easiest way to do that would be to adjust your hook size. Working within the pattern would be definitely more complicated. So if it was really important to you to create waist shaping, you could reduce your hook size by a couple of sizes to create a tighter gauge. If that doesn't answer your question, please feel welcome to ask more. Hi, Harvisha. Yep, the Violetta and the Madeline, both great crochet patterns too for pullovers. Thanks, Anne. Yep, Constance says adding a drawstring chain, a crochet chain or ribbon. Yeah, you could even do fabric or, a yarn belt that wove through there. That would be less obvious than actually adding a belt, a manufactured belt. So lots of ways to create waist shaping. You could even do a small chain and just do some cinching in the back like that, like one of those corset ties in the back. You could also do a little corset tie on either side. So lots of ways you could manipulate the fabric if you didn't want to add actual shaping to the dress, but lots of ways. Shell's gonna reduce her hook size. Oh wow, she's making this in Be So Fine Bling in color Midnight for her son's wedding. That sounds amazing. I cannot wait to see how that looks. You'll have to share photos. What do I have that's knit or crochet? I have thousands of patterns, or hundreds of patterns. I don't know what to tell you. What do you mean, what do I have that's knit or crocheted? Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, I'm excited to see Shell's dress. That sounds amazing. So she's doing it in this yarn, but she's doing it in color Midnight, which is a very dark, soft black and gray. It's so pretty, and that silver thread just pops on it. Oh, what I'm wearing. This one is crocheted. Yes, it's a pattern that's coming soon. It'll be out later this week. This is called the Fine Jillian Shrug, and it is crocheted. Hi, Pamela. Ah, yeah, the Bibiana is another good knit pullover. Yes, that one's from Layers Knitting book, but it's also available as a PDF download. So if you go to the front page of my website, and you can click on knitting patterns or crochet patterns, and on either of those sections, there are filters there. So if you want to look by pullover only, there is a filter there to do that as well in both of those shops. I have the patterns separated by knitting and crochet, but each one has filters at the top of the page. So if you wanted to filter by shawl or by pullover or by vest, you don't have to see all the patterns. You can filter by pattern type. Hopefully that makes sense. Good. Thea said she just did that and it was very easy. Wonderful. I try to make it easy. It's funny because sometimes when you're trying to organize things, you know what you're doing because it's your website and you know what's intuitive to you, but it's trying to remember that someone coming to your website doesn't know what's there, and to try to keep things super organized and super easy to navigate can sometimes be a challenge, but I try. I watch videos on how to improve things all the time. I'm constantly constantly trying to improve on everything that I do. Thea had to remember the name. Yeah, it's hard to remember names, for sure. Does anybody have any other questions? So the Sweet Clara is out, dress is out now. The Mandevilla bag will be out very, very soon. The Fine Jillian Shrug will be out very, very soon. The other one that's coming soon is this one. I don't even remember the name, the knit vest. I'm still working on that one. Have to fix those surgery pieces. Thought we'd get to it this morning, but we ended up talking about other things too, so I'll save that for tomorrow. Christine, I have no idea why when you hit search on my homepage, it takes you to YouTube. The search bar is for searching on my website. I'm not sure about that one. It's not even a link. It's just a place to fill in words. Thank you, Stacy. I'm glad you like the photos for Sweet Clara. I sure do love taking photos in my backyard, as you can tell. Thanks, Pamela. My plants are doing great. This plant here, this is the plant that's from a 150-year-old plant in my family. It's a baby my mom gave me, and look at all the babies it has on it. It's been in my family 5 generations. It's called a spider plant. Unfortunately, the kitties love it, and they think that it is all-you-can-eat salad bar. That one is a Boston fern, I believe, and it's doing really great out here. I think this porch does so well because it's very humid. There's lots of good airflow because 3 walls are screened, and it's indirect light. I know, Thea, isn't that amazing? 5 generations of a plant. The babies on it are just spectacular. I feel like I'm just feeling very accountable and a little bit of pressure to make sure that I keep it up, because before this current plant thing that I have going on, I've had a green thumb, or I've had a brown thumb my whole life. So having a green thumb now, it's something I've wanted my whole life, and I'm just so glad that it's going right now. I just have to keep it up. Yeah, I've got pressure on me, Pamela, yes. But I really, really think that I'm doing better than I ever have. Yeah, it is a very sturdy plant, Barbara. That's a good point. Yes, Grace, that corner right there is where orchids do well. I don't understand why I've done orchids in this corner and they did not do well, but for some reason that corner over there is where orchids thrive. Yeah, if someone's mentioning it, kitties are rough on plants. My cats love lemongrass, so as soon as it's safe to go back out and go shopping again and all that stuff, I'm going to plant herbs for myself, and I'm going to plant lemongrass for them. It is by far their favorite plant to eat, and I know that it's a safe one for kitties, so it's going to be part of my herb garden, and I will keep it low enough for them to eat, and then I'm thinking that because they love that one so much, they'll stay away from my other plants. So that's the plan anyway. Constance has 5 generations of lily of the valley in her yard. That's amazing. Yes, Pamela, good point. Yeah, Sherry, that's a great idea. They don't love catnip as much as they love lemongrass, but that is a good idea too. Oh, come here, you. No more, don't rub your face on the tripod. You scare everybody. Okay, no doing that. Does anybody have any other questions? I don't see any questions, so I think that we will pull out some quotes from some Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. I think these are in order. I think I'm missing one. When's my next design live? I don't know, Melanie. Maybe Friday. And Wednesday, I'm probably going to do the call-in section again, but I'm not 100% sure on any of that. I'll know more as the week goes on, but more than likely, the plan is Wednesday to do call-ins and calling people from our community, and Friday doing a designing live, but we'll see. Okay, from Create, Share, Inspire Notebook, Volume 1, Issue 2. We have a Dakota proverb. We will be known forever by the tracks we leave. Oh, isn't that a great one? I love that one. We will be known forever by the tracks we leave. I love that. This is where can I find more info on your Sweet Claire address? On my website. If you go to my website and go to blog, it should be the top or first or second post right there, right at the top. And you can also search it on my website also. Okay, Volume 1, Issue 3. Walt Whitman, keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Wonderful, so beautiful. Volume 1, Issue 4. Okay, we just read that one. I can't remember if we read this one recently or not, but I love this one, so I'm going to read it anyway. This is a Serbian proverb. Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars. I love that connection between staying hopeful and staying grounded. I love that. So let's read that one more time. Be humble, for you are made of earth. And be noble, for you are made of stars. Oh, thanks, Judy, for the person that just asked where they could find more information on the Sweet Claire address. Judy just popped a link in the comments, so if you want to click on that, that'll take you right where you need to go. This is Create, Share, Inspire Notebook, Volume 1, Issue 5. This is LP Jacks. The pessimist sees the difficulties in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Let me read that one more time because I kind of stalled in the middle of it, and I apologize for that, but it's really profound once I say it properly. The pessimist sees the difficulties in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. That is fantastic. That is deep, profound, simple, and so true. Love it. So let's read it one more time. The pessimist sees the difficulties in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Man, I could just repeat that one all day long to myself. I love it. Volume 1, Issue 6. You can find all of these Create, Share, Inspire notebooks on my website and on Amazon all over the world. It's a wonderful place to write each day, and then a quote opposite each page you write in. And each book has 31 pages, so you could do it for a month at a time. Each one. We just read that one. Oh, this is pretty. This is a Blackfoot proverb. What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. How beautiful is that? Life can be so simple and just, as my grandpa would say, as my grandpa would say, always remember to stop and smell the roses. He called me Chrissy. He'd say, Chrissy, always remember to stop and smell the roses. That's what this reminds me of. So let's read the Blackfoot proverb one more time. What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. Beautiful. All right, this is Volume 1, Issue 7. This is a good one too. It's kind of funny. This is Wilson Misner. Be nice to people on your way up because you'll meet them on your way down. think it's better just be nice people all the time because you never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen next, right? Be nice. So thank you, Wilson Misner. This is a good one. Great words to remember every single day. Be nice to everybody. And no reason why, but his reason is funny. Be nice to people on your way up because you'll meet them on your way down. My grandpa would find that funny too. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed my backyard, my flower updates, my pattern updates, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And don't forget about the yarn sale.